नमस्ते एवरीबॉडी, सबको सबको बहुत बहुत प्यार भरा नमस्ते। एंड सबसे पहले तो वी ऑल वेलकम यू सर ऑन दिस प्लेटफॉर्म कॉल्ड योगा चौपाल। हाँ, सो
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मैम।
thank you for accepting our invitation, sir, to be a part of Yoga Chopal. We are going to begin this session with Shanti Mantra. So may I request everybody to please sit comfortably. Samankaya Shirogrivam, back, neck, and head in one line. Gently bring your hands together for Namaskar. We are going to chant Om 3 times, followed by Sahana Vavatu Prarthana. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Prarthana. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vitvishavahay. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now, since this Yoga Chopal belongs to the subject matter of Yoga Darshana, Patanjali, Bhagwan Patanjali's Yogasutras, may I request everybody to please chant prayer to Bhagwan Patanjali as well. Those who know may join, others may just maybe observe. Inhale. Om. Yogena chittasya padena vacha malan sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarottam pravaram munina patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. Oh. Gently open your eyes. सबको नमस्ते. Once again we welcome प्रोफेसर. आपका नाम लेते हुए भी डर लगता है. मुंह से नहीं गुरुजनों का नाम लिया नहीं जाता है, लेकिन आज मजबूरी है इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे आपका नाम लेने के लिए. प्रोफेसर मधुसूदन पेन्ना सर is here with us. So first thing, welcome sir.
बहुत धन्यवाद मैम.
Next, I want to welcome all the participants. Right now we can see there are 44 people here. So all my dear friends, I see my old friends, old classmates, lot of people, I can see them, and I see them smiling. I'm so happy. It is going to be a like a get together for all of us. And I also thank my teammates who have been working to make this event happen. First thing, talking about Professor Guruji Penna sir, it's like, सूरज को दिया दिखाने के जैसा है. And if I may, will you allow me to share my screen? Okay, I can share. Okay, this is the document. Do you all see this document? I don't know how to make it big. How can I make it? Can you see, Shraddha? Okay, so if we start talking about sir, half the Yoga-Caupāla will be over in just talking about sir. But let me give a small glimpse. First thing first, he is one of the most revered gurus on the subject matter of Bharatiya Darshana, though it is called as Indian philosophy, but let us call it Bharatiya Darshanas, and Indian culture and Sanskrit, and of course Yoga Shastra. If you can just take a look, it's so difficult for us to even spell out what all things. The languages sir knows is Sanskrit, Telugu, English, Hindi, Marathi, German. His educational qualifications include MA, MPhil, PhD, DLit, and diploma in German. International experience, he roams around the whole world. And and you can see the list of awards. Okay, the first thing that I want to talk about is Sahitya Academy Award, sir. We are proud to have you here. Oh, yeah, and we are so proud that Sahitya Academy chose you to, it's like किसने किसको सम्मानित किया ये समझ में नहीं आता है, anyway. So this is the big huge list. Shastra Ratnakar, Madhu Bharati. Then let us go ahead. Administrative experience includes, first thing, he was our vice chancellor when we were studying at KKSU, as well as we were teaching also at KKSU. He was our vice chancellor, and then registrar, and then there's a whole big list of the positions he has held. Then one thing that I would like to talk about is his Sanskrit Mahakavya. They are the original Sanskrit compositions of Sir. Okay. Kavya Kanta Charitram, then Pragya Chakshusham, and then Lagu Kavya, Yogasutras, and other things. As you can see, big huge list. So let us welcome Sir on this platform called Yoga-Caupāla. Sir, as the name suggests, it's a Caupāla where we all sit together and discuss something related to yoga. The topic today, which is very, very close to my heart, and sir, I have been wanting to talk to you on this for 2 years, and today is my dream come true. So, Sage Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, importance of its original Sanskrit text, and importance of chanting it and chanting it correctly. So these are the main topics, and of course we will listen to sir. Then there will be a small break for announcements which Shraddha will make about what Nadalaya Yoga does. Then we will have question answers with sir, and then at the end I'm going to teach maybe either this Yogena Chittasya or maybe some sutras, how to chant them. So over to you, sir. Thank you very much again. Yes, sir.
So I'll share something, ma'am, the text.
Yes, sir.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत् तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि. So we all bow down out of great reverence to this great master who had adorned this land. So we also are born, but there was a person, there was a sage who really adorned this globe, Patanjali Maharshi. And we owe a lot to him because when we look back in the history of mankind, how many great intellectual saints have born and how many have contributed to the development of human resources, and how many have really thought on improving human life. So just let's have a stock of all this. So we find like one Gautam Buddha, one Vardhamana Mahavir, and Patanjali Maharshi, So the basic objective of their very stay on this planet was to kindle the light of knowledge, and that was experiential, not just theory. So it was experience mixed with theory. The experience was their own personal, but they wanted to share that knowledge. And while sharing the knowledge, I would like to uh, lay emphasis on this particular statement that some of you may be new to this field, Sanskrit, Sanskrit chanting, and Sanskrit Shastra. So at the outset, let me throw some light on this. See, in Sanskrit, we give a lot of importance to chanting, utterance, and proper utterance, because it is held in the Tantra Shastra that the entire body, human body, is the place of bijakshan, the place of energy centers. So our body is natural energy center. And the modern anatomy physiology explains that there are several glands, like the gland here, thyroid, parathyroid, the thymus, the pineal gland, all these glands are there. And if you go through the books on physiology, will definitely understand that each of these glands plays an important role in our total metabology and physiological activities. For example, we know that there is one pancreas, there is one pineal gland, and actually thalamus, hypothalamus, you must have heard them. So these actually contribute to the secretion, proper secretion of hormones. So the chemical reactions are taking place, and the chemicals decide our growth, our patterns, everything actually decided chemically. So when these are the centers, and they are all playing an important role in our human life. So we naturally try to awaken them. If they are malfunctioning, we make efforts to make them function properly. In the olden days, when there was not that much medical knowledge, so they preferred Tantra Shastra. The Tantra Shastra. Tantra is actually, you must have heard, mantra, yantra, tantra. Mantra, mantra is actually the formula. Then its present representation is yantra, and its practice is tantra. So what do we do generally? We conceive an idea, and that is mantra. We just plan. Then we put on paper with all diagrams, etc. That becomes yantra. And how it functions, it is actually the tantra technology. So tantra is not bad, as people understand. It is one way of looking at the universe, one way of connecting with the universe, and one way of finding everything in ourselves. So this is what Gorakshanath Maharaj said: Yat pinde tat brahmande, yat brahmande tat pinde. So this is the basic thing, that whatever we are, that is there in the universe. We are part of the universe. So all the five elements, all the combinations, all the minerals, salts, everything, they are there in the universe. And that's where we are born, and we are now in the body. So that Tantra tries to connect us with that. And in this particular process, that means in the process of connecting us with the universal energy, there is some important part. Okay, that meditation, nada, laya, These are all there. But another important thing is mantra. Mantra, mananat trayate. In Sanskrit, very typically they derive the meaning from the words man and tra. Man means to contemplate, tra, protect. So when you join these two, you understand that which protects you when you contemplate on it. So we contemplate on that and we get protection. So this is basically mantra. And in our Sanskrit tradition, words are not simple, futile words. They are mantra. Like in the Vedas. In the Bhagavad Gita also there are mantras. In Bhagavata also there are mantras. In Ramayana, scholars have already brought out that if you take the first letter of some important shlokas of Ramayana all together at one place, you find Gayatri Mantra. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavata, Sri Krishna story, in Bhagavata also you find this, that the mantras are hidden there. They are given, but you don't know where it occurs. Sometimes two people are conversing and all of a sudden a mantra is placed there. And such mantras actually, as we know, potency, they increase the potency of the text, and throughout thousands of years, people will derive proper benefit for them from them. This is general mantra, any mantra, Gayatri, Mrityunjay, Vishnu, Shiva mantra, Panchakshari, etc. But when it comes to the mundane texts like Yoga Sutra, because written by somebody, these are not Veda, but as good as Veda. How? Because Patanjali Maharshi had conceived this, that the people of coming generations would chant this and they also should get the benefit of this chanting. How? So this is actually the secret of Indian tradition, that when we utter a, e, e, u, u, so the sounds are very important because each one comes with some frequency, some vibration, and because of that particular one, that particular place of articulation gets energized. And because of that, the gland gets stimulated. And as a result, there will be proper secretion of the actually Shakti Drava, not acid, not chemical, Shakti Drava. So that all flows throughout the body. That's why when we say R, that particular letter according to Tantra Shastra is Agni Bija. So Narada Maharshi gave that to Valmiki before he became Valmiki. You all know that before becoming Valmiki, he was a dacoit. Huh. So he looted many people and he wanted to loot the Maharshi also. Then he said, okay, you really get some sin. Are your family members ready to get a share out of it? He asks, and naturally they decline. They say, no, we are not concerned with your sin. Papa is yours, Labha is mine. So then he returned with all Vairagya. He asked the sage, what should I do? How can I come out of this sin? How can I purify myself? Then Narada Maharshi gave him the mantra Ma Ra. Actually, Ma is Lakshmi. Ra is Agni. So in this order, if you start, it will be mild. But if you change the order, then you find Agni first, followed by Lakshmi. And it is high potency. So that is there in the Kularna Tantra. Very typical. Most of the people don't know that. That's why they take it casually. For example, how they actually give in the Vedic text also. I'll tell you. Nicha Devim Mataram Shriyam Vasayame Kule. In the Sri Sukta, very popular. In the Sri Sukta, somewhere it is said, Ashwapurvam Radhamadhyam Hastinata Prabodhinim Shriyan Devi Mupahvaye Shrir Ma Devi Jushatam. So there, Ashwapurvam, that means that Mahalakshmi, she sits on a chariot. First, Ashwa, horses are there. Radha, chariot is in the middle. Hastinada Prabodhini. And she wakes up early morning after hearing the trumpeting of elephants. This is the general meaning. But we find the Bijakshara within. How? Ashwapurvam, Ashwahaya. So Hakara comes. Ra Madhyam, Ra comes in between. And Hastinada means Eem. So that comes later. If you combine all these, it is a Bijakshara. Hreem. And Inkara, Eem is Lakshmi Bija. So in this manner, if you rearrange the letters, you get a different result. That is there in the Vishnu Sahasranama also. In the Vishnu Sahasranama, when they said, see, Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. But in the second sentence, it is said, Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. So, Sri Rama Rama Rama. Rama 3 times, but repeated 1,000. He says, when you utter that Rama 3 times, how can it become uh, uttered 1,000 times? Then you should refer to Aryabhatta Bhaskaracharya's Siddhanta Shiromani. They say each letter has a positional value. For example, Pa, Pa, Ba, Bha, Ma. Rama, Ma is fifth. And Ya, Ra, La, Va. In this group, Ra is second. So you put there 2 and 5. 2 and 5 into 2 and 5 into 2 and 5. Ultimately, you get that number. Let me check once again. I also forgot. So it happens that Sri Rama, Rama, Rameti, Rame, Rame, Manorame, Sahasranama Tattulyam, Ramanama Varanane. So we do in this manner 2 into 5 into 2 into 5 into 2 into 5. How much you find? 1,000. So it is not 25 into 25. My mathematics is poor. That's why I'm a Sanskrit professor. So 2 into 5, 2 into 5. So ultimately the number is and Rama Sahasranama Tattulyam. So that is the secret of chanting that we don't know. And we take it very casually and say, if I chant in this manner also, nothing will happen. But something will happen. We will not be aware of that. So the energy centers in the body should get energized in a way. They should get stimulated, and there should be proper energy flow. So this is the base of all chanting. And Patanjali Maharshi's Yoga Sutra serves two purposes. One, if you chant properly, as I told you, that particular Shakti Chakra will get activated. And second, theoretically, the most important theories are embedded in these sutras only. So that's why when you chant this sutra, one thing is in your body you find some changes, definitely, like Omkara chanting. Second, automatically it gets stored in your mind that you get connected with the theory. That means whatever Patanjali Maharshi wanted to convey to us through his sutras, that we get connected with. So this is the secret. And it is very, very amazing. that you chant Sutras and find the address of Patanjali. How is it possible? Do you find address of Patanjali in the Sutra? But that is the secret. That Nyaya Sutra, Mimamsa Sutra, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, these are all proper addresses of those sages. Address. And you directly get connected with them, you converse with them, and I promise you will get proper guidance from those great souls. How? I cannot explain. but as I got, you also can get. I was in the Netherlands with Mahesh Yogi for some time. So during that particular time, I used to regularly chant properly, of course, the Yoga Sutra and study all the while only Yoga Sutra. Sometimes Panini Sutras, but otherwise Yoga Sutra. So I realized that these sutras have the potency to really transform our inner self and give a new dimension to life. Then only I studied Savitri of Aravinda Ghosh. But before that, Patanjali. And this is the secret that the soul has no death. And what would happen to these great souls? Where would they be? In the air? Okay, if they are in the air, like Bhoot Pret, so they should appear somewhere and एक थप्पड़ देना कि कैसे सूत्र पढ़ रहे हो ऐसा बोल के थप्पड़ देना नहीं देते हैं वो so these great souls are there with us and they connect only when we connect ourselves and this connecting ourselves in Sanskrit connecting means yoga so connecting us with the sages connecting us with the divine energy connecting us with the noble ideas this connecting is very important. How do you connect? Some people say, I don't have time. I have a lot of work. No problem. You do your work, you connect. This is karma yoga. So through karma also you can connect. Some people say, Nay, I want to enlighten myself. I would like to study so many books and get that intuitive knowledge. No problem. Jnana yoga. So you know and get connected. You do and get connected. Some people are emotional. As Chinmayananda said in one of his excellent speeches on 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he said, some people are emotional. Don't worry, they are suitable for Bhakti Yoga because they are so naram, mulayam. So their hurts just melt away. So they are good for Bhakti Yoga, no problem. So Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and some people are mystic. They believe in some extraordinary thing. No, I want to close my eyes and
Chanting the sutras
it's going to me.
correctly is very important.
And this is Dhyana Yoga. Tatra Pratyekatanata Dhyanam. So this is in the Yoga Sutra only. So this way we connect. And the proper way of connecting is Yoga Shastra. How to connect? With whom? And now the most important point is if there are two, we can connect. If there is one, how to connect? Understand? If there are two things, you can connect. And very typically, Kathopanishad, Yoga Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, all these texts tell us that already you are connected and now you disconnect. You are connected with what? Prakriti. Prakriti and Purusha connection is there. According to Bhagavad Gita, Sankhya, Yoga. And now our duty is to separate consciousness and matter. How can we physically separate them? We cannot physically separate them. We can realize. Through realization, we can separate the consciousness. That means we can really keep away the consciousness from the influence of Prakriti. That means the material world around will not influence the consciousness. And the influence is called mirroring. mirroring. You know, something is placed before the mirror and the mirror reflects. And if you don't keep anything there, the mirror will be pure, not reflecting anything. Similarly, the consciousness will also not reflect anything if the mind is subjugated, exactly sublimated. And this sublime process of sublimation is called yoga by Patanjali Maharshi. And how to how to achieve that? Very, very beautiful sutra he has given. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. So here you observe 4 words, but everything is spoken about. Everything is said about Yoga Shastra. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. So he is not saying that it is chitta nirodha. He is saying chitta vritti nirodha. What is the difference? Chitta is some natural force. You cannot destroy, you cannot do anything to that. But vrittis are in your hand. The vrittis are the functions, operations, your thoughts. You cannot kill your chitta. You can only take care of your vritti. That means your thoughts. And the word used by him is very important. Nirodha. Nigraha, he has not used. Asha, no. Yoga Vasishtha uses the word, but not Patanjali Yoga Sutra. It doesn't use Nasha. Chitta Nasha, no. Chitta Laya, no. Because Chitta Laya is a kind of Samprajnata Samadhi. Kshina Vrittir Abhijata Sevamane Tatsta Tadanjarata Samapatti. So there you come across this Laya and Nasha, Yoga Vasishtha speaks of. But Patanjali Maharshi deliberately uses the word Nirodha. Ni prefix, Rodha, Rudha. What is this? So our ancestors, that means ancient commentators, also wanted to throw light on this. They also made a lot of efforts to exactly get into the meaning of this word Nirodha. What is this? What is this? Then 11th century Bhoja Maharaj, he explained in his Raja Martanda, what is this? He said, it is Swakarane Layaha. That means the vritti getting absorbed into its own cause, origin. So the vrittis are originating from chitta. So when the vrittis merge into the chitta, it is nirodha. So the nirodha is the proper word. So when you chant properly, you remember, Are, no other word, only nirodha. Chitta, no, chitta vritti. So all these, I should say, conceptual subtleties will be properly grasped only when you chant the Yoga Sutra. Otherwise, you will not be able to remember the intricacies. You will only remember something. Oh, Yoga Chittavritti Nirodha means mind control is yoga. You will never know that it is not just mind control. It's not suppression. As I told you, it is sublimation. So this is required very much. That's why Patanjali Maharshi uses the word Nirodha. Now, just relax. Now you see, the entire Yoga Shastra is based on 3 things. First, the Jnaya. That means the things to be known in their essence. And next is proof. How can you know? And what will you get if you know? 3 things. What to know, how to know, why to know. 3 things are given in the Sankhya Yoga Shastra. The first one is what to know. We are knowing every day so many things. Every day we are exposed to so many things. We are getting knowledge, information. But Patanjali Maharshi warns us that information is temporary. Information does not bring any change in your essential nature. There should be transformation. And that transformation within you can take you to the higher levels of consciousness. This is what exactly Arvinda Ghosh said in the Savitri also, that to raise us from the infrasentient to the suprasentient, yoga is a tool. It's a, according to Patanjali, it's not only a tool, it is a tool and it is the end of it. That means the way and goal, both. So yoga is the path and yoga is the destination, both. So what to know? As I told you, so many things we know. But Patanjali Maharshi says, yes, the true nature of everything around you should know. Where from it has come, why it has come, why it is there, and how do we get connected with all these 5 important things: Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Sparsha, Shabda, the 5 elements. So through senses we get connected. And how these senses are formed? In mother's womb, when the senses are formed, very typical. It's happening. The zygote is undergoing the mitosis process, and cell multiplication is taking place. And the fetus has taken a shape. All these, the eye sockets, ear, everything, eyebrows, everything is taking place. As if everything is in your language, in computer language, as if everything is encoded. It's following some code. Everything is genetic code. So this we should understand. Of course, this is the matter of sensual or normal knowledge. But beyond that, is there something? If it is, what is that? For that, the avyakta should be unmanifested, should also be understood. Rather, it should be properly known. That is, from manifested to the unmanifested. Okay? Manifested, unmanifested, 2 things are okay. Vyakta, avyakta. Then Patanjali Maharshi says, what about you? The knower, the observer. Who are you? What is your role? Whether you are dumb, dull, inert matter, or somebody different from that. Know that. That is, know thyself. So 3 things. And Patanjali Maharshi bases his Yoga Shastra on Sankhya Shastra only. And how to know all this? Okay, Vyakta, the manifested world is a matter of perception. So directly I understand it. But what about the unmanifested? How can I know about it? Then he says inference. In Sankhya Shastra, inference is given. That's in 2 types, deductive logic and inductive. So from effect, you can go to the cause. From cause, you can get to the effect. So 2 things are possible. But both deductive and inductive logic are used in the Patanjali Yoga Darshana. Okay. But what about knower? Is it perception or inference? Okay. Do you really need some other proof to know yourself? That means if somebody comes and tells you that you are living, oh, I am alive, otherwise I was dead. Do we say general? No sane person will say that. So that's why Shankaracharya says in the 13th chapter Bhashya on Gita, Bhagavad Gita, he says that nahi kaschit atmanah sattam nirakuryat sarvopi ahamasmiti pratiyate. So everybody knows that I am. And that's why it is self-referent. So prakasha. Everybody knows. You don't require other proof. But of course, the pension office only requires that thing. So it says, this month you are alive, okay, but last month were you alive? Get the proof. So typical government offices are there. But otherwise, Shastra does not say that. Shastra says, first thing, you are known to you, it is Swaprakasha. Everything else is either matter of perception or matter of inference. Sometimes few things are there propounded only in the Shastra. That is Agama, Shabda Pramana. Okay, now the basic thing that why to know? Without knowledge also we are all alive, we are running everything and we are getting the benefit of our life. Everything is going on. So why should I know? Then Patanjali Maharshi has given the entire Vibhuti Pada for that. He has presented so many offers in Patanjali Maharshi's Big Bazaar. Now Big Bazaar is not there, but so many offers. So if you take this, you will get this also, this also, this also. बेचारे बहुत परेशान, विभूति पाद बनाने में ही उनका मेजर कंट्रीब्यूशन रहा होगा कि लोगों को आकर्षित कैसे करना. So how to get people, and when he created that, people were new and people were looking at him with frown eyebrows. Sir, who are you? What is your qualification to teach us yoga? We are already born yogin. So Patanjali Maharshi had to create a separate chapter, Vibhuti Yoga. Then he said, see, this is the greatness of yoga, that you will get all these marketing strategy. So the topmost benefit of that is Kaivalya. He said, beyond Kaivalya, nobody can promise anything. Nobody. All the darshanas will stop there only. Kaivalya. Kaivalya means aloofness, secluded. Seclusion itself is Kaivalya. Oh, secluded. That means you get separated. From what? You cannot get separated from the universe, because within that prime set, you are all subsets. So you cannot separate yourself. Then we can separate ourselves from the influence of the matter. This is actually Kaivalya. So in that particular stage, there will not be any influence on the consciousness. Therefore, the matter will cease to exert any influence. Kaivalya, Kaivalya. And in this process, as I told you, so many great masters had actually built the castle, built the mansion, built this great samrajya. There you have the Raja Yoga, Vedanta Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Charya Yoga, Vasana Yoga, Abhava Yoga, Mahayoga. So many yogas. About 15 to 20 yoga are there in our Tantra Shastra, Puranas. And each one is meant for a particular qualified person. A person who is qualified in one is not equally qualified for the next. There is some hierarchy, there are some levels. Only a person who is qualified in the lower one can get promoted to the next one. Thus, the Yoga Shastra is created. Starts with Yoga Sutra, followed by Bhashya, then all commentaries. You can see the list there. Now, when we come to the design of this Yoga Sutra, we understand that the topics he had to deal with, Patanjali Maharshi had to deal with, are these very clearly. He had to give a definition of yoga. He had to mention the result of yoga. Then he had to explain Chittavritti. See, the logical connection between two sutras. First, he has given the Chittavritti, but without explaining the Chittavritti, he cannot go ahead. Therefore, the next few sutras will deal with the Chittavritti only. Then, okay, you have talked about this Chitta, Chittavritti, Nirodha. But how is it possible, this Nirodha? For that, Abhyasa and Vairagya are given. So it's a daily process. It's not a part-time job. So people think that yoga is a part-time job. And morning yoga, evening yoga, and in between all bhoga. That's a biggest problem. But Arvinda Ghosh also says, every moment of human life is yoga. That's why Kathopanishad says, Kshirasya dhara nishita duratyaya durgam pathastat kavayo vadanti. So it's like walking on razor's edge. So you must be very careful. Here also the same thing. You must be very careful in the path of yoga. Otherwise, what will happen? Will somebody beat me? Will somebody punish me? No, your own senses, your own body will punish you. So, this is exactly what Lord Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita. Yukta ahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnava bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. All these are required. That is, everywhere we should be modest. That means our activities, our food, our sleep, everything should be balanced. That is yukta. And this balancing method is samatvam yoga uchyate, the yoga proper. Thus, all these topics are interconnected. So if you don't remember the sutra, you cannot connect these concepts. You'll be at a loss. Like, Are, after this, what concept should I take? You will not have an idea. So for that, Patanjali Maharshi himself has given a very logical method in which all the sutras are knit together. That's the greatness of his design, Yoga Sutra design. And in the first pada, he prepares the yoga practitioner for the next. He prepares mentally. You should have some conceptual knowledge of the Yoga Shastra so that you will automatically get into the sadhana. And once your sadhana is perfect, you will get whatever you will get will be the vibhuti. But ultimate will be kaivalya. So thus it starts with samadhi pada. There you have the actually, as you all know, Patanjali Yoga Shastra, Yoga Sutra is a great text on psychology. Psychology. But it is different from the psychology given by Sigmund Freud, Adler, Carl Jung, Assagioli. So from their concepts, it actually differs. Of course, to some extent, Carl Jung studied Yoga Shastra, Upanishad, etc. That's why he had incorporated some of this in his theory. But others kept themselves away from Yoga Sutra. Therefore, you don't find much suitable to the Indian background. So here, you know Vairagya and its role in Samadhi, Labha, experience of Samadhi. And it is absolutely true that unless we have this feeling of detachment and this feeling of remaining in the state of undisturbed peace, we cannot aspire for the higher level. We may desire, but we are not eligible because our mind is so fickle that it runs after the things, sometimes name, sometimes fame. And therefore, it's very important that it gets focused, one pointed, and that is possible through Vairagya. It is explained. Then Samvega is explained. Then Ishvara. This is a very important uh, concept in Yoga Shastra. And some people argue, Ishvara, Parameshvara, is it only a thought? Is it only an idea? Or does it exist? And if it does, then what is my relation with that? So here you understand Patanjali Maharshi is very clear, very clever, that he gives sutra. He introduces Ishvara, thus deviating from the classical Sankhya. But there, while introducing Ishvara, he does not exaggerate the position of Ishvara. He does not exaggerate the role of Ishvara. He becomes Ishvara to restrict the movement of Ishvara. So that Ishvara is nothing before this Ishvara Patanjali. What does he say? Ishvara, I require you only for the sake of Samadhi. Ishvara Pranidhana Dva. So my people, my boys and girls will be practicing yoga and getting Samadhi. So there you will be alert and you just bestow on them Samadhi, that's all. And you have no role in Srushti, Sthiti, Samhara, Kaivalya. Sorry, because I have already assigned this duty to Prakriti. So it will take care. And what can you do? At the most, you bless these children with Samadhi, that's all. So thus, Ishvara, a new one added to Sankhya philosophy, but its role is restricted. And immediately you find in the first pada obstacles. And if you chant the sutra, you can remember how they are logically designed. First problem, let us take the practice of yoga. Okay, if Samadhi is the only way to Kaivalya, and if Samadhi is natural to all, how come I don't get it? I don't get Samadhi. 100 times I listen to Pradhan Madam's lecture, still I don't get Samadhi. So why? Then we should understand that Kaivalya is not possible without Samadhi. Samadhi is not possible without Dhyana. Dhyana not possible without Dharana. Dharana not possible without Pratyahara. That not possible without Pranayama, Asana. So it starts with Asana. Otherwise, the body will react. And the reactions are noted as Vyadhi. A person says, Sir, I want to get into deep meditation. Then we say, okay, sit quiet. He says, sorry, I cannot sit on the ground. Can I sit in the chair or sofa? Gone. First problem. Somebody says, okay, sir, I can sit on the ground. Now, next, what immediately do I get it into state of dhyana, samadhi? We say, no, first you take deep breath and hold control on that. Okay? Then he says, no, sir, I have cough. I have some problem. I cannot take breath. Okay, problem. All problems. Vyadhi. So Patanjali Maharshi noted that unless a person is physically, mentally healthy, he cannot get into the subtle stages of yoga. So first thing is Vyadhi. Then if you are sitting there as if you are lost somewhere just looking at the yoga teacher, you cannot expect it. Sthyana. Then if you doubt, will it be meaningful? Samshaya. All these are obstacles. All these are the hurdles in the path of yoga. Patanjali Maharshi has very intelligently compiled and encoded them. So this you can remember only when you chant the sutra. Otherwise, you don't remember the obstacles and think that, oh, I'm getting samadhi state. And you don't know that you get into sleep. And after some sound sleep, you wake up and say, Bapre, I was having this samadhi experience. See, but who knows how to differentiate sleep and samadhi? So after coming out of that, if you still feel heaviness and getting back to that, it is nidra. And if you are very bright, your mind is bright and not heavy, you understand it is samadhi. So that is the difference between the two. And Yoga Darshana says samadhi is the result of Sattva Guna. Nidra is the result of Tamo Guna. So difference is there. And these are all explained. Obstacles and 5 sub-obstacles, including Shwasa, Prashwasa, Angame Jaya. Then how to control my mind first? Chitta Prasadana. There, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Difference. Chitta Prasadana. Pacifying your mind. Cool. How? So many methods are given there in Yoga Shastra. And each one can be taken as a capsule for life. That means, see, I have practiced for myself. That's why out of experience, I'm telling you that sometimes when I'm traveling, I all of a sudden remember one sutra from Yoga Sutra, like Vitaraga Vishayam Va Chittam. In this particular state, my mind should be on the mind of some saint. What do they do? How do they behave? What will be their reaction? So I just contemplate on that, and automatically my mind gets cool. Possible. So in this manner, several techniques are given, but if you don't memorize them, if you don't chant them, how can you remember what Patanjali Maharshi has given to them? And you will always depend on the translations and commentaries. And therefore, you should have a direct access to the Yoga Sutra, direct access. And it is possible only through chanting. And not a big deal. Every day, some 10 to 20 sentences you have to by heart. 10, 20 sentences, pithy sentences, they actually form the sutra. So if you remember 10 to 20 sentences, you are able to remember 20 to 30 sutras. And all these sutras are your own sutra now. They have become your own because they are with you. Wherever you go, you carry them. And when you remember the sutra, you contemplate on that. Each word, each letter, their mutual connection. So your mind gets totally pacified. And the later stages, Samapatti, Savitarka, Nirvitarka, Savichara, Nirvichara, these are all the various levels. And ultimately you get to Nirvichara. Nirvichara is that stage of mind. Nirvichara Vaisharadhya Adhyatma Prasadaha. Your mind is really quiet. Okay, this is the result. My mind is cool, quiet. Okay, this is the ultimate result. Now I can withdraw from yoga course. Patanjali Maharshi says, no, this is a gate into another thing. What is that? Ritambhara tatra prajna. That is Ritambhara prajna. That means don't stop here. The next one is very interesting. It is only trial. So the main picture is yet to get released. So that is Ritambhara. That means that particular yogi will awaken into a different kind of consciousness where his intellect is open to the universal energy, that it will take only the truth. Ritambhara. And this is the stage of Santa, because his mind is so clean that it reflects only truth. And this is first-hand experience. It will take us further into Sabija Nirbija Samadhi. And Nirbija Samadhi will be the last stage. Then it will be Kaivalya. If it is Nirbija, it is almost Kaivalya. Because from Nirbija, nobody comes back. The Bija is lost. In Sabija, there is a chance that again he'll come back, he will get back, etc. So this he has explained in the first sutra with all the first pada with all the sutras that you should memorize. Now, what else Patanjali Maharshi wanted to tell us? We understand the small techniques Kriya Yoga. Each Kriya can be yoga. What Kriyas? Yeah, the Kriyas you do physically, mentally, orally, these are all Kriya only. Shariraka, Manasika, Vachika. And these Kriyas, that means uh, if you really want to get rid of physical impurity, mental impurity, and language based impurities, so you practice this Kriya Yoga. What will happen? Your body gets cleansed, your Vani, your mind, all these will become pure. And in that particular context only, he has explained to us that Samadhi Bhavanartha Klesha Tanu Karanarthascha. Kriya Yoga will help you in two ways. One, it takes you to the Samadhi. Actually, it facilitates the experience of Samadhi and it alleviates, lessens the Klesha. Naturally, a curiosity arises. What are the Klesha? First time he is using this word. Though he has used Klishta, exact word Klesha is for the first time used here. Klesha. So, a beginner is naturally baffled. Therefore, Patanjali Maharshi gives him the next 5 sutras. And in between, he gives a sutra laying emphasis on the role of avidya. And ultimately, Yoga Shastra says that it is your spiritual blindness, spiritual inertia, spiritual ignorance, which is the cause of all problems. So it is inside, andar ki baat hai. So it's not something to be shown outside, to be seen outside. Yoga, people think that I'm a yogi. How can people trust me? So they grow beard, they grow hair, they grow, they wear some typical clothes, etc. So that people will identify me. But people should identify you as you are, not by your clothes. Therefore, I remember long back there was a book. If you see Buddha on the street, kill him. That means Buddha should not be seen on the street. Buddha should be there in the heart. Similarly, yoga should be there in the heart. Yoga, when it gets onto the streets, it becomes street yoga. Then, okay, you do something, they do something, and ultimately you disperse. So for that, he has given the kleshas, 5 kleshas. They are all with us. But he has given a very beautiful thing there. Ahankara, he can use. But he deliberately uses the word asmita. There you find the difference. That a sage, when he uses the word, he is very particular about choosing the right word, very selective. He could have used loosely ahankara, but he doesn't use it. He could have used ajnana instead of avidya, but he uses avidya only because there is difference between the two. Raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, they are all very meaningful words. And in the same context, we come across karma vipaka, chaturvyuha. And in the chaturvyuha also, you see heya hetu, hana, hanopaya. What to quit? How has it come? Quitting, is it possible? And what is the means to quit? 4 things. It starts with what to quit, what to renounce. That is heya. Future dukkha in the form of next birth. That only we can stop. How? You understand what is the cause of that birth, next birth. What will be the cause of that? Kshetra kshetrajna sanyoga. That means drashtru drushya sanyoga. Okay, how to stop it? Is it possible? Yes. you can separate them. How? So, Viveka Khyatihi, Aviplava, Anupaya. So, the form Viveka Khyati itself is the means there. Thus, he has given there Druk, Drushya, Drashta, and the various stages of Guna and Avidya. And here we come across the Saptadha Pranta Bhumi. And there he has used again deliberately the word Pranta. It means plain. But what kind of plain? Pra Anta. The utmost, the final stage, it is Pranta. Pranta Bhumif Prajna, he says. That means that last point of our knowledge, our knowledge can go there, but far it will go. But where does it stop? The final point of our knowledge is Pranta Bhumi. So that word is also very meaningful, that you cannot get the idea from any other word. Thus he has explained all these, and Yoganga also he explained. And while explaining the Yoganga, you see that Yoganga Anushthanada Shuddhikshaye Jnanadiptihi Aviveka Khyate, he said. So the entire yoga process is encoded in one sutra. First he says Yoganga Anusthana. Anusthana is different from Abhyasa. Anusthana, it comes from the word Anu prefix. Sthana is the original word, Sthana, but because of Anu in Sanskrit it becomes Sthana. So Anu Sthana, but together Anu Sthana. Stha. Stha means in Sanskrit, Stha Gatini Vrittau, stand still. Sthiti. Anu means continuous. एक के पीछे एक. Anu स्थिति. Anu sthana. Anu sthana. So he used this one. And it gives the idea that it should be a very, very intent, regular, unbroken flow. Anusthana. And that sense you cannot get from either practice or abhyasa or any other word. So he has used that anusthana. Yoganga anusthana. What will happen? Ashuddhi kshaya. He doesn't use the word nasha. See, ashuddhi, impurity. It's kshaya, deterioration, decay. It's not absolute annihilation. He knows that, the difference. Ashuddhi kshaye, that means when the impurity comes down, becomes less, what will happen? Jnana deeptihi. Jnana is knowledge. Deepti means brightness. What is the brightness of knowledge? Nothing. Knowledge is always bright, but the thing it grasps decides the quality of the knowledge. So, what kind of thing you are knowing, that decides. Otherwise, knowledge is knowledge, informative. But Jnana Deepti means it can grasp subtler things. It can grasp unmanifested things, like scientists. That is Jnana Deepti. But does it stop somewhere or just continue? He says, Viveka Khyate hai. Viveka Khyati tak. That means your knowledge will expand, will grasp everything, and finally the Viveka Khyati. There it stops. Jnanadipti stops there. So this is explained here with all care. Then, okay, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara. Explaining the proper method of withdrawing ourselves from the matter is explained. Then Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi are explained. The proper way of doing meditation, contemplation, all these things are explained in the third. Then the higher level of Santa, it is automatical to them. We only need practice. Santa, they get it automatically, naturally. Because Sanyama is natural quality of the Santa. There he has explained the various modifications of Prakriti like Nirodha Parinama, Samadhi Parinama, Ekagrata Parinama, Bhuta Parinama, Lakshana Parinama, Dharma Parinama. So all this helps us get closer to the Samadhi Sthiti. Because if Parinama is properly understood, we can contemplate on that and realize that ultimately it is Parinama. I have got nothing to do with this. No excitement, nothing. Pradhan Madam. So ultimately it is Parinama. It is either my Parinama or the outer Parinama. See, for example, a flower, it opens up, blossoms. It is a Parinama. And all these chemicals, they take different form, etc. It is outside Parinama. But looking at it, I react. It is my Parinama, Chitta Parinama. Atma has no Parinama at all. So all the Parinamas are explained. Then Kaivalya, the last stage of yoga, is beautifully explained in the third, followed by the few of the siddhis are explained again in the Kaivalya Pada. Then Jati Parinama. This is also a kind of Parinama, but it is in the form of rebirth, taking a birth again. And Yoga Darshana very strongly believes in rebirth, that we are all actually passing through a stage. This is one stage, but there will be another stage that we will take another birth. That means another body, not decided yet. Prakriti will take care. That is Prakrityapura. So Prakriti will decide what kind of body, but we will only enter into that. Then again, our journey continues. And in this particular process, the role of Vasana is highlighted in the Yoga Shastra. Vasana. It comes from Vasa Dhatu. Vasa Achadane. Vasa Nivasa is also there, but Vasa Achadane, what does it mean? It means that which covers, envelops. It is Vasana. And it is the impurity of the mind. And once the Vasanas are removed, then mind will be pure, and automatically it will get to all the subtler things of the universe, and it will get Samadhi. And thus, Parinama Krama, that means the entire process of evolution will come to an end. The entire process of evolution will stop somewhere. That is known as Parinama Krama Samapti. There is a kind of evolutive order, but that will stop somewhere. It is Samapti. Then Swarupa Pratishtha. Patanjali Maharishi says, you will be yourself. That's all. So, actually, he wants us to tell us that ultimately the mirror should be like mirror without reflecting anything. But when mind does not reflect, it will not be an evolute of Prakriti. When a mirror does not reflect, it is no more a mirror. So mirror means automatically it reflects. Thus Chitta also reflects everything. But Patanjali Maharishi has given this beautiful Shastra to help us in our spiritual path, so that we can get some positive strength, positive ideas, and proper initiation into the system. This is very important. And for that, he has given very intelligently designed sutras. And that's why in the tradition, it is strongly believed that chanting the sutra in very proper way is very important. As I told you in the beginning, it helps us in two ways: that we can get connected with Patanjali Maharshi, his system, his understanding, his philosophy. On the other side, the proper chanting of these Sanskrit words and letters, they stimulate the energy centers in the body. So in both ways, it helps. So in brief, this is Patanjali Maharishi.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It's your effort, it's your zeal that has motivated me. And I see here all the earnest yoga practitioners. I congratulate them. I um, just convey my best wishes to each one of these. You just continue with your practice. You continue with the study of Yoga Sutra. But it's not one day process. Every day you should study, and not to show to somebody that I also know Yoga Sutra. See, Adha Yoga Anushasanam Yoga Chitta Vrittinu Radaha Tada Drashtu Swarupi Avasthanam Vritti Sarupi Mitravittaya Panchata. What to do? Just sit quiet, take deep breathing and slow, and remember one sutra, contemplate on that, enjoy the essence of the sutra, and offer your thanks to Pradhan Madam, and that's all.
Sir, there is, I don't know how to summarize. I have made some, I have made some points to talk, but then I don't feel like talking also. It's so amazing to listen to you, sir, always, always. May I inform you that sir had taken the Vyasa Bhashya, chapter 1 and then chapter 2 at CIF, Chinmay International Foundation, which is in Kerala. And I was one of the luckiest people to sit in front of, sir, and then study those Yoga Sutras, study the the Vyasa Bhashya of those sutras. Anyway, so that was just one thing that came to my mind. And of course, sir, chanting of Yoga Sutras, not only just yoga, mananat trayate iti mantraha. Anything can become a mantra. Any letter, any word has its own frequency. It's not just those physical frequency things. It activates, invokes certain certain feelings in us, chemical reactions. That chemical reaction is only for the doctors to measure in the test tube. But what it invokes is, it invokes Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, and what all things we are hiding within us. They are all in the sushupta, or they are all sleeping there inside us. We have to just chant a few letters and few words, and they come out, and they start blessing us. I know some people who are right here in front of me. Dr. Alka Bhivankar is hiding behind her name. Dr. Alka Bhivankar, Purnima, then Shraddha, and Fernanda also. Fernanda Leden, Fernanda. Okay, I do not see many other people here, but so many of them, they have been chanting Yoga Sutras religiously every day for, I guess, more than 2 years or so, more than 2.5 years, 3 years, something like 3 years, 4 years. Oh, Shraddha is saying 4 years. So we have a group of people, we chant Yoga Sutras, and then we make groups, and then come together online like this Zoom meeting, 2 people, 3 people, sometimes 50 people, and we chant together. And then we point out each other's mistakes. Oh, this was the mistake. Then we correct each other also. So that is how it has been an ongoing effort, that we want to spread the goodness of chanting Yoga Sutras. Some people even swear by the chanting of Yoga Sutras, that the peace of mind and the happy feeling they get is because of chanting. So it is my effort, and I thank each one of you, that we have to come together, chant together, and spread the magic of chanting. And we have sir's blessings. I hope, sir, you will keep blessing us time and again, pareshan you again and again. Okay, so now, before we ask questions from sir, may I request Shraddha to please let us know about the courses and workshops and things like that that keep happening from Nadalaya Yoga. Over to Shraddha. And of course, sir, we will ask you some questions. So please wait for some time. Don't leave the meeting.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, you should all congratulate and extend your best wishes to me, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Because early morning,
Uh,
housewarming ceremony is there. So I was there only. My new house is being constructed in Hyderabad. I'm
oh,
shifting from Nagpur to Hyderabad. So all work is going on. Then
uh,
I remembered, left the place, came here, and
oh,
with my laptop, I sat here.
uh,
And immediately I'll be rushing there because early morning I have the puja.
oh, heartiest congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you,
Heartiest
ma'am.
and we invite ourselves to your place.
Yes, that is Nadalaya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next time we are in Hyderabad, anybody in Hyderabad, go to sir's place. Okay. Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you very much for inviting us. I mean, we thank you. You thank us that we have invited yours to your place. Okay. So, heartiest congratulations again, sir. And over to Shraddha, please.
Namaste, everyone. Um, thank you, sir. Just a few announcements on behalf of Nadalaya. Since we are doing the PYS, we are studying the Yoga Sutra. We shall begin with the announcement relating to the Patanjali Yoga Darshana or Yoga Sutra. We are chanting, as in Rajani ma'am is starting a course with live Yoga Sutra chanting, which is starting from 12th of December, and these sessions will be conducted on Thursday and Saturday every week at 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Um, the details of this course you will get on the WhatsApp group. Rashmi or myself, we will share the link to this WhatsApp group in some time. You can visit the Nadalaya website, and there are some pre-recorded sessions on explanation of the Yoga Darshana by Rajani ma'am. These are in 2 levels right now. There are 2 more levels which will come soon, but right now we have 2 levels. There is a Sanskrit course, which is a very important course if you want to learn how to chant. So you can go through the website and you will get all the details over there. If you have questions regarding any of these courses or anything, you can join another link, which is a general inquiry group of for Nadalaya, and you can post your questions there. We will be happy to answer. I'll share the details in some time. There is an upcoming workshop on pranayam, which is next week on 16th of November, conducted by Dr. Kashinath Metri sir on pranayam at 4 p.m. And to know more again, I will share the link. There are regular asan and pranayama sessions which are conducted by proper authentic teachers. And these asan sessions are for basic level students, conducted on Saturday at 6 p.m. And pranayam sessions, right now we have only one batch going to announce another batch soon. So the ongoing session is on Friday at 6 p.m. To keep getting details about the workshops and events and things like that conducted by Nadalaya, you can join the community on the WhatsApp group. Again, I will share the details. And you can also find us on Instagram and Facebook. um, the name is Nadalaya Yoga. All right, you will find us. And we are on the process of upgrading the website also, so soon you will see all this information on the website itself. We are working on it. Okay, so right now WhatsApp group, in a few days everything will be on the website.
Okay, so let me tell you the yoga asana class is conducted by Shraddha, and pranayama classes are conducted by Dr. Bhalekar sir, who is an assistant professor at Kavaledhama. So Dr. Bhalekar sir, pranayama. Then Dr. Kashinath Maitri sir, who is from the Yoga College in Rajasthan. So those are the pranayama. And she just talked about the community. We are in a process of shifting from community to channel. And I don't know if anybody has more information about the WhatsApp channel, please call me. I need to be educated on that. I do not yet, have enough information to shift from community to channel. Please help me. I really don't know much. Okay, so this, and of course, we, as you know, we all are crazy about chanting Yoga Sutras. So we invite all of you also to chant Yoga Sutras with us. Hmm. And maybe now what we can do, we can start with the questions. All right. So first question, Priya Parabji. Priya Parabji, you can ask your question. If you do not want to
Hello.
ask here, don't want to open your video, you can type your
No, I
question.
have opened already.
She
I have
opened.
opened already. No
Now she is
problem. Yes.
visible.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Vyakta. I was a Vyakta,
Vyakta,
now
you are
Vyakta. So, sir, the root of all disease is the mind, right? As our ancient scriptures say. And today, modern diseases, again, like cancer and all these diseases are linked to emotional turmoil, deep-seated emotional blockages of many, many years. It could be from childhood or even from previous birth impressions. So, what is the solution offered by Patanjali in the Yoga Sutra for peeling these old deep-seated emotions?
Yeah.
Is there anything?
Actually, he has given a kind of catharsis. Aristotle calls it catharsis, but it is purgation method. That Maitri Karuna Muditopekshanam Sukha Dukkha Punya Punya Vishyanam Bhavanatah Chitta Prasadanam you find in the first pada. So it is actually a process of cleansing your mind, vasana. But how to understand the vasana? You get to the fourth chapter only. You find something in the first chapter connected with the fourth. So in the fourth, he says that hetu phala ashrayalambane sangrihitatva yesham abhave tadabhava. So where do you find these impurities in the form of vasana? So he says you understand four things about that. Hetu phala ashraya alambana. If these four are properly understood in the context of the vasana, then you can deal with them. First thing is hetu. Why do these vasana appear? Why? And how is next? How is the process? Why is the purpose? So he says it is ultimately Purushasya darshanartham tatha kaivalyartham pradhanasya. So it is for the self-realization that everything is happening around. Vasanas are also part of that. And they come out, they evolve from avidya. So he says, this avidya, we should be very careful about every moment. If we are not alert, we will be a prey to avidya. Then phala. What is vasana phala? So vasana result always in chittavritti, and those will result in next birth. So the next birth, that's a downfall. Therefore, phala. Ashraya. Where do they reside? That means where do these vasana subsist? So Patanjali Maharishi says it is ultimately the chitta. Chitta is the ashraya. And we should understand that when I look into myself, some vasana is getting up, but I try to understand exactly where can I find this vasana? Anatomically not possible. Neurologically also not possible because all neurons appear same. Only the waves differentiate. Alpha waves, beta waves, etc. Otherwise, everything is common. But chitta is the ashraya, that's the locus of all this. Alambana is sometimes external, sometimes internal. Because each vasana gets raked up depending on the stimulus. And that stimulus is the alambana. See, we all do not respond in similar manner to this stimulus. For example, Bhagavad Gita, if you keep it on the table and allow a donkey inside, the donkey will look at the Bhagavad Gita and it does something to that and ultimately starts chewing that. The pages, because it is cotton and it chews away. It has got nothing to do with the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. But the same Bhagavad Gita, when you allow some saint inside, so he will love it. He will study that. Depends. So these four things should be properly understood in order to deal with these vasanas. Happy?
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else? Yes. Who wanted to ask? Yes, Seema ji.
Sir, could you please explain about Heya and the Chaturvyuha again, please?
Chaturvyuha. See, it's like medicine. In medical sciences also, you have four things. Like disease, cause of disease, treatment, and method of treatment. Four things. Similarly, if at all there is dukkha in our life, what kind of dukkha? So can we really annihilate dukkha ultimately, permanently? So with this question it starts, Heyam dukkham anagatam. We can stop only the future dukkha, future suffering. But the process should begin in this birth only. Process in this birth, result will be in the next birth. If at all there is a birth, of course, if you properly practice yoga, then this will be the last birth. There will not be rebirth. So here is the future dukkha, suffering. Heya hetu. What is the cause of that? So drashtu drushya sanyogaha heya hetu. They say the matter and consciousness coming together form the heya hetu. That is the cause of all suffering. The matter and consciousness coming together cause the suffering. Then hana. So the question is any annihilation possible? Can we really separate them? So positively Patanjali Maharshi says, yes, you can, but it is internal. How to do that? Viveka khyadira viplava hanopaya. He said Chaturvyuha, the fourth one, that your self-realization, right knowledge, without any wavering, without any fickleness. That means absolute firmness in your knowledge, firmly established in your experience. That is the final solution. And if you just oscillate, always dwindle, or if you have a fickle mind, that morning you are a yogi, but by evening you are a bhogi, then that will not give any result because your viveka khyati is not permanent. So these things are given in this Chaturvyuha.
Sir, is it like char Arya Satya, 4 Arya Truth?
No.
Noble truth? No.
Number is same, but Arya Satyas are different. In Arya Satya, you have Sarvam Dukkham Dukkham, Sarvam Shunyam Shunyam. They're all, each one is a final truth, absolute truth. Whereas here, each one is a complementary one to the next one. Heya. Without Heya, you cannot have Hana. Without Hana, you cannot have Hanopaya. So all these are, actually, all these four constitute one, Chaturvyuha.
Okay, so before we ask next question, this recording will be available on our YouTube channel. I am giving you the address of YouTube channel. I don't know how you can save it or what you do, but you will be able to again listen to this in case if you want to. So here, can you see what I posted just now?
Yes, ma'am. Nadalaya, all these details are there. YouTube link is also given.
YouTube link. So you can see this session again on YouTube. Okay,
Hmm.
anybody else wants to ask something?
Somebody asked, is there any course on Garbha Samskar?
No.
Not
No.
yet.
Yes,
Maybe future plan.
maybe, yeah. Is there any course on? No, 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 there is no. Seema Shindeji has asked. Huh. Not yet. Anybody else wants to ask anything from sir?
Yeah, if you permit me to reply to that, that Garbha Samskara,
Yes, sir.
I would like to give this suggestion to the young mothers
Ah.
that you chant Pranav every day, Onkar. That Onkar is excellent. It will have all positive result, and the child inside the womb so automatically carries those impressions, the vibrations, and you will have all positive result. But there is Pumsavana Kriya, etc. Even before birth and after birth, after delivery. So after conception, you start it. After delivery, some samskaras are continued. But during this period of pregnancy, you can depend more on Omkara, but mild chanting, not rigorous.
Mm.
Don't strain yourself much if you
Ah.
are a mother.
Yeah, you're already, your body is working hard.
Ah,
So we have Priya Parabji. You have asked your question, Hannah?
I
So
have
you,
asked, but if
one
there is
more.
no other question, then I'll ask further. If there is nobody else asking, then.
Anybody else wants to ask? You can either raise your hand or you can just unmute yourself and talk, or
raise your voice.
raise your voice, or maybe you can type also. All right. So Priyaji, please ask.
Yeah. So this Pranav, will that help in somebody who is afflicted with disease also?
Yeah,
And
because it has no side effect,
mm,
and the vibrations are so mild and deep that they leave a very permanent impression.
Mm.
And even if a person is suffering from some disease and undergoing medication, he can comfortably practice chanting. Uh,
so when you mention emotional catharsis, now if we talk of Chitta Prasadan or this, these are all long term, like you have to cultivate your mind, modify and start
yeah, yeah,
thinking in that direction. But somebody who is afflicted with disease, if we want to cure them or get them out of that physical ailment, then yeah, as you mentioned, emotional catharsis. So something which will like disrupt and cleanse, remove all the
yeah.
block, like something like
Best thing
dynamic
is Omkar.
meditation or. Hmm?
Best thing is Omkar.
Hmm.
So gradually, slowly, if he chants Omkara, so he can
Hmm.
come out of that.
Hmm.
And of course, Patanjali's system doesn't mention, but you all know that there are other systems like Hatha Yoga, which are supplementary to this Raja Yoga. So therefore, you can take some help from Hatha Yogi, like physiotherapy or some Kriya Yoga. All these will help. But finally, they should take you to the Raja Yoga of Patanjali. Until that, you practice chanting Omkara.
So with this, we thank you very much, sir, for taking out time and enlightening us on this subject matter of Patanjali Yoga Darshana and the importance of original text and importance of chanting them. So thank you very much. We know that you have to leave. So you may leave, sir, but we will continue with
You
chanting
can.
Yoga Sutra.
And I really offer my humble pranam to all the yogins here and Yoga Mata yourself. And let us continue this journey. Thank
Yes.
you, ma'am.
Yes.
Namaste, all.
Namaste. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Namaste. Okay, so we will continue this meeting and we will chant. First thing we will chant is the prayer to Bhagwan Patanjali. Do you see this book? How come it is? Can you see? But how come I don't see people?
Yes, we can.
Ah, I have to change the view or what? Uh, okay. So we are going to learn how to chant this prayer which we chanted at the beginning of our session. I'm going to put Tanpura to my pitch. I chant with F sharp. You can download this. We can talk on WhatsApp groups if you have any doubts or any questions about this kind of thing. Right now, I'm putting it to my pitch, which is F sharp. Just bear with me if it doesn't suit you. You can always go back to your own pitch and then chant accordingly. Okay. First, we will listen how it sounds. Yogena chittasya padena vacha malan sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarottam pravaram munina Patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi Patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi Om. Okay, now we will learn. I would like any one person to unmute so that I know that you are repeating. Others can be on mute. And of course, you have to repeat after me, but one person can unmute. Any one person who wants to?
I have unmuted. I'm Suchika.
Okay, I don't see. Can you wave your hand like
I
Suchika?
have unmuted.
Yeah, Suchika ji. Okay. So please repeat. Everybody will repeat, but only Suchika will be heard. Okay. After me, please. Om. Yogena chittasya
Yogena chittasya
Yogena chittasya
Yogena chittasya
Padena vacham
Padena vacham
Padena, okay, na
Padena vacham
Padena vacham
Padena vacham
Malan sharirasya cha
Malang sharirasya cha
Malan sharirasya cha
Malang sharirasya cha
Aityakena
Vaidyakena
Vaidyakena.
Vaidyakena
Okay, this is va and not va. Okay, how do I show? Can I bring it? Okay, it is va and not va. Va
Ved
is, wait, just listen to it first. In Sanskrit, we have this letter called va and not va. In English, we have both the letters va as well as va. But in Sanskrit, we have only va. It is a danta oshtha letter. Danta oshtha. Teeth and lip. So which teeth? Upper teeth and lower lip. So we have to touch. We have to touch the upper teeth to the inner part of lower lip, like va. Is it? Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, uh,
Ba ba ba
uh,
ba
वैद्यकेन
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 वैद्यकेन.
You don't have to bite your lip.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, don't bite your lip. You just have to touch it. Vaidyakena
वैद्यकेन
malan sharirasya cha vaidyakena
मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन
yogena chittasya padena vacham
योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचाम्
malan sharirasya cha vaidyakena
मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन
योपाकरोत्तम
योपाकरोत्तम्
शाबाश योपाकरोत्तम
योपाकरोत्तम्
प्रवरं मुनीनाम्
प्रवरं मुनीनाम्
प्रवरं मुनीनाम्
प्रवरं मुनीनाम्
पतञ्जलिं
पतञ्जलिम्
पतञ्जलिं
पतञ्जलिम्
प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि
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 योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचाम्
योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन
Very
वाचाम्
nice. मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन
मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन
योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनाम्
योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनाम्
पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि
पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि
पतञ्जलिं
हेलो
all right, it's okay.
ये भी इंटरनेट का थोड़ा सा कुछ हुआ था सॉरी मैम
So this is the prayer to Bhagwan Patanjali, and Suchika was chanting. You can't hear me?
Now we can. Now we can.
Okay, something happened to my thing. All right. So Shraddha, you message Suchika to take her phone number, to take her permission. All right, because we are posting it on YouTube and also. for
Yes,
some-
ma'am, I am okay with it. Thank you for teaching me, or thank you correcting me the pronunciation. Thank you very much, ma'am.
But you give your phone number to Shraddha, okay? Shraddha
Yes,
send.
ma'am. I will.
So we will continue with at least few sutras. So just listen to 4 sutras first. Then we will see how many we can learn in the given time. Om Atha Yoganuशासनम् Yogaschitta Vritti Nirodhaha तदा द्रष्टुस्वरूपेव स्थानं वृत्तिसारूप्यमितरत्र वृत्तयः पञ्चतयः क्लिष्टाः प्रमाणविपर्ययविकल्पनिद्रा स्मृतयः प्रत्यक्षानुमानागमाः प्रमाणानि विपर्ययो मिथ्या ज्ञानमतद्रूपप्रतिष्ठम् शब्दज्ञानानुपाती वस्तुशून्यो विकल्पः अभावप्रत्ययालम्बना वृत्तिर्निद्रा अनुभूतविषया सम्प्रमोषः स्मृतिः अभ्यासवैराग्याभ्यान्तन्निरोधः Om. Okay, who wants to try? We'll learn first sutra. Seema. Okay, Seema, unmute yourself. Atha yoganuशासनम. This is the sutra. We will learn word by word. Breaking of sutra is only for the purpose of knowing what are the words it is composed of. We are not supposed to break any sutra or shloka while chanting. We chant as it is written. We have broken it only for knowing, only for learning. All right? Atha,
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 yoganuशासनम,
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 atha yoganuशासनम.
atha yoganuशासनम,
Shabash. Atha yoganuशासनम.
atha yoganuशासनम.
Very nice. Next sutra, who wants to chant? Raise your hands. Who will take the next sutra?
Pali has unmuted.
Okay.
Madam, myself, Chaya.
Okay, unmute. Who is doing it?
Myself, Chaya, madam.
Okay, Chaya.
Hmm.
Yogaschitta vritti nirodhaha. This is the sutra. Wait. So we will go word by word. Yogash.
Yogash,
Yogash.
Yogash,
Chitta.
Chitta,
Yogaschitta.
Yogash, Chitta,
Ti.
Vritti,
Yogaschitta vritti.
Yogash, Chitta, Vritti,
Nirodhaha.
Nirodha,
Daha ni dha. The is alpa prana, dha is mahaprana. Okay. How do we know alpa and maha? You say ka and place your hand in front of your mouth like this. Can you see? Ka. Bolo. Ka.
Ka,
Ha.
Tha,
Which letter had more air thrown out? Kha.
Tha, Tha, yes.
Now do da.
Da,
Ha.
Dha,
Which
yes,
letter
right.
had more
Tha,
air
Tha,
coming out? Okay.
Dha.
So,
Yeah,
so
okay.
alpa prana means less shvasa, less prana going out, and maha prana means more. So it
Yes.
is not the, it is the. Okay. Nirodhaha.
Nirodha, Dha, Dha,
Nirodhaha.
Nirodha,
Now we will, Surabhi will do. Surabhi. Okay.
Yes.
Nirodhaha.
Nirodhaha,
Nirodhaha.
Nirodhaha,
Vitti nirodhaha.
Vritti Nirodhaha,
Chitta vritti nirodhaha.
Chitta Vritti Nirodhaha,
Vritti Vritti is not long E. Vritti, choti E ki matra, not badi E ki matra. Vritti.
Vritti.
Vritti nirodhaha.
Vritti nirodha.
Now Madhuri ji will do. Madhuri ji, unmute yourself. Nirodhaha. Madhuri ji.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Nirodhaha.
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 Vritti nirodhaha.
Vritti nirodhaha.
Chitta vritti nirodhaha.
Chitta vritti nirodhaha.
Be careful with the E ki matra. Vritti and not vritti. It would becomes long E, okay? I'm just exaggerating. Vritti, it is not long E. It is vritti. Repeat, vritti.
Vritti. Vritti.
Chitta vritti nirodhaha.
Chitta vritti nirodhaha. Chitta vritti nirodhaha.
Yogaschitta vritti nirodhaha.
Yogaschitta vritti nirodhaha.
Anybody wants to try?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Suchika. Now, Suchika ji, you did. You just did.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay. Unmute yourself. Who is this?
Deepali Deshpande.
Yeah, Deepa. So, okay, we'll go backward. Nirodhaha.
Nirodha.
Not the. We have to be careful. The. Nirodhaha.
Nirodha.
Vritti nirodhaha.
Vritti nirodha.
Chitta vritti nirodhaha.
Chitta vritti nirodha.
Yogaschitta vritti nirodhaha.
Yogaschitta vritti nirodha.
Okay, Surabhi ji, did you chant just now? Surabhi, you want to chant?
Chitta vritti nirodha.
Yogash.
Yogaschitta vritti nirodha.
Okay, we'll repeat word by word. One by one, slowly, slowly. Yogash.
Yogash
Chitta
chitta
vritti
vritti
nirodhaha.
nirodha.
Yogash.
Yogash
Yo-
chitta vritti nirodha.
Yogash chitta.
Yogash chitta.
Yogash chitta vritti.
Yogash chitta vritti.
Yogash chitta vritti nirodhaha.
Yogash chitta vritti nirodha.
Okay, those who are chanting, repeating, please put your phone number in the chat box with your name. Shraddha, please note all of those. Rashmi, you note
I'm
because
done. Their numbers are taken.
Ah.
And only Madhuri ji has not shared her number. Rest
So-
everyone has.
all those who are chanting, please put your phone numbers. This is because we will talk to you little later. We want to put this on YouTube. All right. So we need your permission to put it on the YouTube. All right. With this, okay, stop share. We come to the end of this session. It was, in fact, my pleasure. It was amazing to see all of you here in this session. And I'm so happy to see you all and see you interested in chanting. We, as we told you, we are very, very enthusiastic about chanting Yoga Sutras. If you want to join our train, flight, bus, taxi, whatever you call, of chanting Yoga Sutras, you are most welcome to join us. And we are going to conduct a course on chanting Yoga Sutras. you can, of course, be a part of that. And you can keep in touch with us for future programs like this. We keep on doing programs in a month, at least 2-3 programs happen. So it is very difficult for us to reach you. And I don't know why people are afraid of joining the, WhatsApp group or something like that, as if we are coming to steal your wealth. People don't join. And then when the program has happened, I get messages, you didn't inform us. It is very difficult to inform individually, because sometimes I am technologically challenged. So I do not understand many things. It becomes difficult to reach you. So, of course, we are going to begin what is called as channel. I would request all of you to please join that channel or follow that channel. I don't even know that word, what it is. So I'm going to learn what it is and how it functions, so that we can reach you in one go and we don't have to send individual messages. So it was wonderful being with all of you. Thank you very much for making this program a success. It was wonderful to listen to Professor Penna, sir, and wonderful to be with all of you. And I hope to see you all again and again and again. And it's namaste from all of us at Nadalaya, Shraddha, Purnima, Rashmi, and all of us say thank you very much. Hey, Fananda. So happy to see you again. Yeah. All right. So namaste from us, for all of us. We will chant 3 Om and 3 Shanti. Yes, Shraddha is saying something.
Yeah. Ma'am, some of you are sending your numbers, but if you are really interested in getting more information, join the community. I've put all the link details. Yeah, and you will get. Right now we need the numbers of only those who have chanted, so that we can get in touch with them and seek permission. All right. I've still taken your number down, but it is nice if you can join the community or join the chanting group or whatever it is.
Any of the group, you join any of the group, we will give you information. That is what it means. And very soon we will come up with these technical things and try to solve the problems. Okay. If you know anything about, once again requesting about this channel, please let me know. Okay. We chant Om 3 times. Sit comfortably. Inhale. Inhale. Oh. Inhale. Oh. Inhale for Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gently open your eyes. Thank you very, very much and see you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am.